So as we talk about scaling and growing, what is on the roadmap for Bright Flag? What are you guys looking into for the end of the last couple quarters of this year and then first quarter next year? What's the plans?
I think we want to get a lot heavier on the carrier side and offering our recruiting services there. We have a couple avenues that we've really been focused on in terms of how we want to obtain drivers. So one of those has been obviously getting more heavily involved with women in trucking.
Nice.
The other one is minorities in trucking. And then the other one is veterans in trucking. So, and specifically for minorities, a lot of people don't realize that you can pull from Puerto Rico. Like, they are US citizens and their driving experience absolutely counts. And so you can bring people from Puerto Rico here for a very small fee and have a surplus of drivers that are going to have a much better quality of life here in the States. And they're already paying taxes, but here, I mean, in the states,
right?
Not Puerto Rico as a state or a country. But you can bring them here and they can get paid a whole lot more than they're getting paid down there. And
I'll do an exchange for one, like a foreign exchange. Like, I'll go to Puerto Rico, they come.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you go have some coconuts and they're out here driving your trucks.
Right, they can drive the truck, fair exchange, no robbery.
100%. No, but that's a whole untapped market that people just aren't aware of. That's one. Veterans, what a lot of people don't understand is that when they're driving Class A tractor trailer overseas, as long as that can be verified, that can count as driving experience. And like, why not hire people that have been fighting for our freedom and give those people jobs as soon as they come out? So working with companies like SkillsBridge, where you're helping veterans as they're transitioning out of active duty into civilian life and being able to give them a job as soon as they come out, whether it be in an operations role or a diesel mechanic or a driver, like that's a really big push that we've been working towards. And then women in trucking, they don't make up a lot the percentage of drivers. I think it's like 28% or maybe even lower. But just educating women on the fact that they can actually have a trucking job and not be away from their families. Like, there are tons of local opportunities where they can make these really incredible livings, and they don't even know about it. You know, they think that they have to be stuck into these other roles or be over the road away from their family, and they don't. So just like tapping into those markets and really trying to educate those people and bring them into what we do and trying to find them jobs.
For sure. Driver pay has always been an issue. And, you talked earlier about having like data that kind of talks about the driver pay in different areas. Mm-hmm. Is that any of that stuff available to the public that people can see, like to where they could understand like where they would fall, or just have an idea what their pay wages should be? Or is there any way you could point people to some different maybe platforms where they could find or do their own research and find that kind of information?
So we don't share with them like all of our data points, but for their specific market, that goes back to that market analysis. So that is free to you, to him. Like, if you guys came to me and were like, hey, I'm in Jersey and I want to have, data on what it would cost or where I stack up against, people that are doing Class A solo, local runs. I would get all of that data for you and then present that with you and then go over those findings with you free of charge. So,
because that would be a great way to recruit drivers, right? Like, if they could understand what they're...
Oh, you're talking about from the driver perspective. Oh, yeah.
That's
Okay. Got it.
So if I'm a driver looking right now and I'm on the market, I'm a free agent, and I'm like, hey, I want to move to this particular area, but I don't know exactly what the driver, because it's different based on like, living wage and all that kind of stuff. Like, I want to know what the going rate is for a driver with my skill level, with my particular endorsements and so forth. If there's a way to know that, that'd be a good way to recruit.
I actually have a video that's coming out that we're in the works, that we're just finishing the copy on it, that's actually going to tell drivers how to advocate for better pay and how to know when they're deserving of better pay based on the market.
I love that.
And skill set, yeah.
Yeah, I think that's very important. It'll be very valuable. And it's a good lead generation tool for you guys as well. It's a value add, and it will, bring people more into the Bright Flag ecosystem. Making sure that your compliance is on point is an integral part of any trucking related business. Today I stopped by my friends over at FLEETDRIVE 360 to talk about what they're building to make sure that you can run a successful trucking company.
And it's everything from the minute you decide you want to hire somebody through maintaining all of your FMCSA compliance documents for ongoing fleet or owner-operator truck business. You've got a driver hiring and recruiting module where you'll create driver qualification files, import digital documents. You've got a drug and alcohol module where you can schedule pre-employment drug tests and manage an ongoing testing pool. We've got an accident registry so you can keep your mandated accident logs and even schedule follow-up drug testing for post-crash. We've got vehicle maintenance logs so you can not only maintain the compliance status of your vehicles, but also upload your work orders and compliance-related documents so you're audit ready when they come in. We've got a document repository, fancy words for digital cloud storage of any document that you want, not just necessarily the compliance documents, anything related to your business, post-crash videos, performance evaluations. And then finally, you've got the dashboard. And the dashboard's the most important part. You can close your eyes and glance at our dashboard, open them, glance at the dashboard, and immediately know whether or not you're compliant or not, both on a driver, company, and vehicle level.
It's one-stop shop for all your compliance needs.
Yeah, I set this off to be something that really pandered towards the clients, but I kind of feel it's like Field of Dreams. Like if you build it, they will come. And not to be cliche, but I feel like if you offer really great advice and really great valuable information to these drivers to just like help advocate for them,
right?
Then they're going to trust Bright Flag as a brand, and they're going to want to work with people that work with Bright Flag because they're going to know that we're not just taking, any client off the street and just, kind of giving them lip service, like that we are going to stand behind what these clients are offering and make sure that we're giving them, the whole truth. About
it should be fair.
Yeah.
Right. Because that's how you have like longevity. Like you can accept the job, and then when you realize you're not getting paid what you should be, you're not going to be there very long anyway. Right.
Yeah.
So if we cut through all that and we're more transparent up front, everybody wins, and that's the goal.
Yeah, I never understood how people operated on any other level. You know what I mean? Because you may get them in there, but then they don't stay, and then you're back at square one.
Yeah. And you're wasting everybody's time, energy, effort, money to start right over again.
Yeah, but I think the way that some of these models are done is that, you kind of get what you get, and you don't throw a fit. And so once that driver's in the seat, it's like, done.
Right.
So
maybe
maybe there's just not enough skin in the game from, the outside, recruiting company to really do their due diligence to get the right person in the seat.
Yeah, I got it. How do you guys, and we've talked about this, but maybe there's some additional items. How are you standing out and separating yourself, or how are you standing out from other recruiting agencies out there?
I think by just offering free information that's valuable. So the market analysis has been a really huge hit. We've always done that. The second biggest thing that we've done lately is called the Work Opportunity Tax Credit. So that's been around, I think, since the 90s. And what that does is it helps people that it gives you a government subsidy if you hire people from certain brackets. So there's about 10 different distinguishers. Some of them you won't be able to hire just because of background check limitations. Like some of them are for, like if you hire convicted felons, which we all know is like kind of a hard thing to work past. They have to be like a certain amount of time out, like 10 years out from anything on their background.
Right.
But there's other ones like if you hire a veteran, you can actually get up to $3,000 back annually per driver that you hire just for them being a veteran. And then if they're a veteran that's been disabled, and not just like physically disabled, but maybe they have PTSD, then you get even more money back because you're hiring a veteran that has PTSD. And the idea of it all is to kind of take the burden off of the government that's subsidizing these people's income and giving them jobs. So by doing that, they're rewarding you as the client for hiring these people, because then there's not that much money being extrapolated from the government. Because you're subsidizing that as hiring them. And so other things are like impoverished empowerment zones. So I'm from Louisiana. It's a very impoverished area, one of the lowest, national incomes. And so hiring people from Louisiana or like parts of Florida or parts of like remote Pennsylvania, there's all these different pockets. But if you hire people from certain cities, then they actually qualify. And they can hit multiple buckets. Like you can have somebody from an empowerment zone that was a veteran that was disabled, and the more boxes they check, the more money you get back. And so what we do is we have those identifiers out there to everybody we're vetting within the legal parameters of being able to ask that and not get in trouble.
Right.
So we present these questions to them, and if they check yes, then we complete this application for them and submit it to the right government agency. So we do all the legwork because it has to be submitted within a certain time frame of them starting for your organization. And then at the end of the year, we report which drivers met that criteria. And then you run that against how many hours that they worked for your company with your CPA, and then you present that. And you get that money back, and that helps subsidize your recruiting costs or operational costs. And you're helping people that need help the most because, another one is government subsidies. So if they've ever been on like WIC or food stamps or government housing or got, a cricket phone from the government, any of those people actually count as well. And so that's just a way for you to kind of help those people help themselves. And then you're also getting that kickback. So that's something that we offer as a free additional service to what Bright Flag does.
Got it. No, that's interesting. Very interesting. Who are you most interested in getting this message out to? Are you looking for drivers? Are you looking for recruiters? Are you looking for more clients? I'm sure all. What is prime? Like, what's the what's the top? What's most important to you? Like, in terms of your messaging and who you want to speak to.
The drivers.
The drivers.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, that's the approach that's always been the nearest to my heart. And those are the people that I feel like need the most advocating for, because they're the people. And I know a lot of clients are going to hate this, but I actually kind of like the turn of events that's been happening lately with the drivers kind of having the upper hand to be able to ask for this like exorbitant amount of pay and sign-on bonuses, because for so long, they were kept in these
and yellow and all the different stripes. And
I'm for it. I'm for it. I mean, I think that people should be able to get what they're worth. And if you have a group of people that are all having to work for 31 cents a mile and they've been driving for 10 years and they're only getting up 2 more cents extra every year, I don't think that's right. And so the fact that now e-commerce with COVID has kind of pushed us into the future by 20 years. And now everybody realized they need people to move this freight because brick and mortars are closing, and you got these Temus and Wayfairs and Amazon just booming and bustling. I think it's great that they need these drivers. And now the drivers don't really need them because it's kind of a driver's market. So it kind of goes back to how we've always been positioning ourselves with the drivers, which is to hear what they want. Now, some of them will come with some astronomical requests, and I'll be like, dude, you're living on a different planet and I can't help you because I'm not a fairy godmother.
Right.
So you're gonna have to go somewhere else. But some of them have like some really just, very basic human requests where like they just want to feel like they are humanized and that they're not just out there ripping and running to make you money, but they're also, adding, and they're winning and you're winning. And
we are here live at OTR Solutions HQ. I'm here with my partner, Jonathan. Man, listen, factoring is an integral part of the transportation industry. Why is factoring important?
Absolutely, Ramel. In this economy, in this market, cash flow is king. Cash flow is the key to growth. If you have a young trucking company, or if you've been in the industry for years and you want to take that business to the next level, we're absolutely a company that can help. So I hope you'll give us a call today. Let us know what we can do to help you out.
Get the rest and roll with the best. Let's go.
If you twisted, confused, or stuck about trucks, don't be dumb. This is the place to come. Truck and hustle. Let's go.